So see here, file output stream, the next class. This is the class which is used to write the data, whereas file input stream is used to read the data. Okay. So remember the uh, input stream and output stream are used to read and write bytes to a file or from a file. Whereas character streams, they are used to read and write characters to a file and from a file. Remember. So you can see file output stream creates an output stream that you can use to write bytes to a file. Okay, it will implement these interfaces for of its constructors are over here. Okay, and you can see the second constructor which I have used over here in the program, which is available in the textbook also. This is the constructor. Okay, so initially file output stream f0, it is initialized to null, it is instantiated over here. So you can see 12th line, this is the constructor, okay, which has got the parameter as some file name, file1.txt. Okay, what you have seen over here. Okay, then similarly for file f0, f1 and f2, all of the three objects are having what should I say is they are, with the help of this you will be able to see three files with .txt extension will be created. Okay, now you can observe here, I will show you the execution also. I already executed, I will delete these files. Now you are please observe here. I'm going to first compile the program. It is compiled. Now you see, after I press enter button, you will be able to see in this folder three files which I have just now shown you within the constructor of f0, f1, f2 object. Okay, I'm pressing enter. See, you can see file 1, file 2, file 3 have been created. Okay, we will see what is there inside it. Then now you see from line number 16, we have got a for loop. And please, students, what is the for loop being written with over here is I is initialized to 0 and I is less than buffer dot length. Buf dot length means what? Over here, buff dot length. Suppose, for example, from here the size of the array buff is 100. So what will happen over here? It will be, I suppose this, you just count this one. I am taking for an example. Okay, as 100, it is not 100, it may be some value. Okay, suppose if it is 100, so I less than 100. So for loop will evaluate till 0 less than 100, so on till 99 less than 100, it will evaluate. What it will evaluate? It will evaluate this command. But remember, as this is incrementation operator, this is not I plus plus. This is incrementation of 2 times. I plus plus means it will be incrementing for 1 time, but over here it will increment it double time. Oh, so okay, for the first time I will be 0. Okay, and it will write something, whatever is there at I 0th position in buff of 0 over here. But after that, it will increment it to 2. So over here, the next iteration, that is I value, will be 2 over here. So that time, now the next time it will calculate 2 less than 100. So on like 4 less than 100, 6 less than 100, so until 98 less than 100. So that thing it will write. Okay, the even positions whatever are there in the buffer. Okay, the buffer, what the buffer has got. Okay, the buffer has got whatever is there over here. Okay, so it will calculate, sorry, not calculate, whatever is there with the even position in this buffer. This buffer will have whatever is there over here, the complete thing. Okay, so the even positions will be written into f0 object. What f0 object is having? File 1. So file 1 will have whatever is there available with the buffer. That is, now is the time for all good men so until pay their due taxes. But remember, only the even position characters will be written on file1.txt. Now I will show you. You can observe here file1.txt. So you can see, okay, the complete thing. But the even positions 0, you can see over here. What is at 0th position? N. Okay, then after that, leaving 1, second position, it is W. So you can see over here in the notepad, it is W. Okay, so like that you can trace out and you will able to see, you will be able to understand. The next thing is, you see at line number 18, f1 dot write of buffer. Now over here, no for loop, nothing. Directly it is writing whatever is there in the buffer with object f1. So at line number 13, you see f1 object is connected with file2.txt. So line number 18 will write everything whatever is there in the buffer in file2.txt. So now you just see here file2.txt. See here. Okay, I hope you all have understood. Similarly, then we will see with the last one, f2.write buff. Okay, for this one, please observe here. Okay, these are the methods, page number 652. These are the methods defined by output stream class. Write buffer, you can see write. It will write a single byte to an output stream. Over here, it will write a complete array of bytes to an output stream. This was related with file 0. This one was for file f0 object. This one was for f1 object. This is for f2 object. Okay, so you can observe here f2, it's over here. Yes, this one f2. So this method is over here, which is available in this method, in this table. You can observe here what is the description. Writes a subrange of num bytes from the array buffer beginning at buffer offset. Means what will happen over here is, over here this write method will write, okay, to f2 object. What is f2 object? In it is connected with file 3. So in file 3 it will write whatever is there in buffer. But remember, it will write not the complete thing, it will write a subrange of that available data. So what is the subrange is, you just observe here, it will start from here. This is the beginning of the data, or the beginning of the whatever the data is there in the buffer. So suppose if it is 100, the length of the buffer is 100. So 100 minus 100 divided by 4. So 100 minus 100 divided by 4 is 100 minus 25, that is 75. So it will start from 75th position. This is the thing from where it will start. Suppose this is the data. Okay, so from 75th position it will start, and it will write till, what is this, 100 divided by 4, 25. So from starting from 75th position, it will write till whatever is there till 100th position. So that data it will write. So for example, 100 I'm saying, you just count that. Okay, now you see, I hope you have understood. It started from this part. Okay, and until here. So that's it, students, with this file output stream. Okay, after that you have to close the files. Over here, over here, over here. Then the next one is file reader and file writer. Next is the character strings. Just a second. Next is the character strings. As I said, see here, while ByteStream class provides sufficient functionality to handle input-output operation, they cannot work directly with Unicode characters. So this was the one of the main reason to support this write once run anywhere philosophy. Okay. Now in this we will discuss with the character string classes. Okay, in this one there are two abstract classes, reader and writer. Okay, reader is for reading the data, and writer is an abstract class to write the data, that is output, character output. Okay, remember this one, character input and character output. Similarly, it will implement these interfaces, reader, and over here writer will implement these interfaces. Now this is the table defined by methods defined by reader. Okay, few we will use in our program, we will see that. Okay, we will see this one, read, and others also. And this method defines a writer. So see, students, like I have shown you, like a writer method in output stream, no? Just now I showed you. Similar to that one, this method, this, even this, even this. But the difference is that will read bytes. This will read characters. Okay. Now we will see the file reader. See here, from the abstract class, there is one class, file reader. The purpose of this is it will create a reader that you can use to read contents of a file. Okay, so these are the constructors. Okay, The second one we will use over here. The first one specifies the file path of a particular file, and this is a file, that file object that describes the file. Okay, so this is the program. Let me open this program. Yeah, sorry, file reader. Here it is. File reader. So now, see here, file3.txt I have applied over here. In the textbook, it is something like this file name only he has specified. Let us see this one only first. Okay, then I will change it afterwards. So file reader it was. Let's see with this program only. So .java. So how it will read the data? Yeah, please observe here. Okay, let us compile the program. File reader demo. It is compiled now. It is compiled. Now run the program. See students, this program is to read the data. Remember, as I have shown you in the previous class, that is file input stream. Same thing is over here, but here it is reading the data from a file. From which file? File reader demo.java means this program only. This is the file where it is available over here. Okay, so this program is reading this program is reading this file only. So what will happen? You just observe at line number 7. Because of line number 7, file reader class object is over here. It is instantiated, and we are passing the name of this particular program file only, file reader demo.java. So what you will be able to see is that over here there is a method file read. So sorry, there is a method read. So what this read method will do, it will read from fr object. So fr object is connected with this particular demo.java file. So it will read until it reads the last character. After reading it, it will return -1. Okay, so one by one it will print you, okay, in the form of characters. So just see here. I'm pressing enter. See the complete program. Okay, because of while loop. Okay, it will read everything and it is printing with the help of 12th line. Okay. So I hope you all have understood. Now what to do is, same thing what I will do is in the program for your convenience. Now what we have specified file3.txt means from our folder we are specifying this. What is there over here? You just observe this particular character is there. So now we will able to read that and we will see the data. First compile because we have done the changes. Now run it. So see here. That's it, students. This was the demonstration of reading the data. Sorry, reading the character data, or I should say, reading the character input with the help of file reader class. Okay, so please try to understand the concepts. Okay, and execute the programs also. Okay, if you get any error, you please practice it. You trace the program. You will understand the logic. Then the next thing is file writer. It is same as file output stream. Only the thing is over here it is file writer. Over there it was file output stream. Over here it is file writer, and that file output stream was used for writing bytes to a file. Over here it is used to write characters to a file. That's it. Okay. So I'm not going to explain this. This is the same thing. Only the two differences what I said. And remember over here you see same thing, same program, only this is the thing. Okay, this one. So with this you are going to read everything in this buffer, whatever is there in this source. Means, sorry, this one is to get the size. Source dot length. So buffer will be initialized with the size and get chars. What this get chars will do? It will fetch whatever is there into this buffer, okay, from 0th position of whatever. Suppose if it is from 0 to 99, it will read, and that will be available to the buffer starting from the 0th position. Then same concept, but over here file writer, over there it was file output stream. Then you can observe same thing, even this one, okay. That's it, students. This was the demonstration of file output stream, which I have explained, file reader and file writer.